Hi guys, welcome back to the Teaching and Learning. This is Abdul Ghafoor. I hope you are doing good. Again, some more pedagogy questions, and these questions have been taken from the mock test, and I found some important terms that will be very useful for your upcoming test. So let's see what are these questions and how to answer these questions. So the first question, as you can see here, that if your school wants to use on the international scales to identify its creative students, which of the following scales in the is the most appropriate for that? Okay, so there are the four scales has been given. I have chosen Torrance scale and Dallas scale, Stanford scale, and Myers scale. So I'll be giving you a little bit overview about that. Okay, so first we'll talk about the TALIS scale, that what TALIS scales are used for. It's actually the Teaching and Learning International Survey ask teachers and schools leaders about working condition and learning environment. So that means that's a wrong answer. The second one is the Stanford scale, uh, which is a standardized test that assess the intelligence and cognitive abilities. Okay. Now here, I have chosen the Torrance, but if you look at the Stanford scale, that has also the same function. It's a standardized test to assess the student's intelligence and cognitive ability. So this question has been used as a distractor. So what is the difference in it? But this scale is used to identify that the learner, what type of the disabilities they have. Keep in mind what type of the disabilities they have. As I have written over here, the purpose, the Stanford bin intelligence scales is used as a tool in a school's placement and determine the presence of learning disability or developmental delay, why the students are learning delay or learning difficulties, and tracking intellectual development. In addition, it is sometimes include neuropsychological testing to assess brain functions of individuals. This is about the individuals, okay? Uh, Individuals with neurological impairments. So this is the distractor, so you don't have to be confused when you find this option. So you must know that the Stanford bin and scale is used for the assessing individual students type of the learning styles, or what type of the disabilities they have. Now the third one, the Myers-Briggs personality, Myers-Briggs scale, and this scale has been used for to identify the type of the personality. Now it is consisting on the 16 indicators, just like a sensing, thinking, intuitions, and etc. Okay, so this is about for the personality, identifying the type of the personality. So these the three are not okay. However, the Torrance, I'll be sharing you the detail about the Torrance. This is called the TTCT Torrance. Okay, and it has been, under the what we call uh what we call the governing body, or you can say that authorities is related with the OECD. And from where this question has been taken, as you remember in the study guides, there the one link has been given, which is the global citizenship. Okay, and that's a quite long detailed book, maybe more than 300 pages. Okay, so there are several questions has been taken from that. Okay, so the Torrance scales has been used to identify the students' creative thinking. Okay, I'll be sharing the link about, and you can go for it. So this is the first thing I wanted to share with you. Now, the second thing is about how many levels of education are there according to international standards classification of education. This is the document again related with the UNESCO, and uh, again, the information has been given into the same book, which is the Global Citizenship, and in which it's asking that how many levels of the educations are. Now, suppose most of you are in American curriculums and some of maybe British curriculum, and some Indians and some Pakistani, some Australians, some Philippines. Okay. Now, these are the different education systems, and they have a different stakeholders, and each school has a different structure. For example, uh, if you are an American system, that American has a KG, elementary, middle, and then secondary schools. Okay. If you look at the British, okay, they have a different phases of the skills. If you look at the Indian schools, they have a different phases. If you look at the Australian and Philippines schools, they are different in the school phases. Okay, and you have been evaluated according to the way inspection team accordingly. Now, in this program, according to the UNESCO, which has been supported in introduced in 1997, and then they modified it. Okay, so this question is asking about the schools level, or the schools education level, that how many levels, how many phases you, just like a primary. Okay, and then what we call, sometimes we call them middle and secondary, sometimes we call the KG elementary and lower elementary, and upper secondary, like this. Okay, so I chose the 4 1, but actually it has a 9. Okay, but I'll tell you the how. Let me give you the background. Okay, education systems vary a lot of between countries, as I have already explained about that. The ISCED classification and international standards of education was developed by UNESCO mid 1970, with the first revised in 1997, and then it was revised into the 2011. So this is the one thing, and the second thing, as you can see here, the levels. So the schools level are 4. One is a primary, lower secondary, upper secondary, and post secondary, which is a non-tertiary. That means they are not related with the university. Okay. However, if they are asking you the question in accumulative, then there are the 9 uh, levels of education, including early child, which is denoted by the 0. Okay, so you can see, if you're going to count all these, okay, in which the tertiary, bachelor, masters, and doctoral degrees are also. But the question will ask you about school, so because you are not belong to the andragogy, this question is related with the pedagogy, and the pedagogy is uh, uh, till a grade 12, and not above, so it is not. The third thing I found, because most of the questions are related with at least one question in each test, is the line bar, or what we call bar graph. Okay, so if you divide your class students into heterogeneous groups, heterogeneous, that means belongs to the different culture, different values, different level of education's background, and all these things. Okay, diversity. To work on a project, which of the following number on the change curve represents the stage at which there are lots of dispute and clashes among the same group members? Okay, so this part, the vertical line shows the test performance, the horizontal line shows the time, and this shows the number shows the group, and this line shows the performance of each group. Okay, so as you can see here, I have chosen number 2, because number 2 has, that the lower performance comparatively to the rest of 1, 3, and 4. So why this performance is declined as a low? Because this group has many disputes and clashes, so it couldn't perform well. So these are three questions I wanted to share with you, and I'm sure it will help you a lot. I'll also be uploading more questions and topics, because we have a still uh, time, at least 18 days or 17 days, and that will be more useful and very helpful. So stay connected. However, the links about these questions or related to these questions you will be finding in the description. We'll be meeting in the next lesson. Till that, stay blessed and take care of yourself.